space, the final frontier.
This is the podcast State of the Federation.
Its continuing mission.
To preview strange new ships.
To seek out new builds and new combinations.
To boldly go where no show has gone before.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Federation, and welcome to State of the Federation. We've got a little bit of a different layout for you today, because today we have for you the replay of the Star Trek TAC Wing World Championship Finals match between this guy down here, Peter Smith, and that guy over there, Joseph Vandergat. Joining me today, of course, are my illustrious companions. We have David. David, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Will.
Well. Excellent. And Tucker, how are you going? Things going?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm ready for this. Yeah.
We were there, but getting to see it all over again is like excitement and a half. And getting to comment on it because they wanted us to be completely silent in the gaming area. It's a miracle we got this video for you at all. But we did it because Section 31 knows how to do it. Right? Something like that? Hey, David, that would be a good one. Why don't you have your new show be Section 31?
We thought about it. You may see that as a segment title.
Oh. So what about my suggestions? What about Star Speaking?
I like some of them, but you know, Warp Core Breach is reaching out there. That's getting a lot of good response.
What about Green Maneuvers? What about State of the Dominion? What about those two guys, Nick and David?
Think about it. Our logo gets to be Picard drawing a smiley face in the warp plasma.
I like that.
That's awesome.
See, it works.
Temporal psychosis.
I know. It's awesome. Like the logo made itself.
You should do that then, which is awesome.
We're the happy show.
I had a really cool idea name that I'm totally going to keep if I ever do a spinoff, which I probably...
No, I'm with you. I like it.
It's a good name. Let's not talk about it so nobody else steals it.
Yeah. I don't think anyone will. So...
Alright, before we get into the video to start with, I've got the lists up on the screen, which everyone can see. We've got Peter's build right here below my face right here. He'll be in the red trunks in the left corner. He's running Queen Vessel Prime with just a basic drone, cloaked mines, and brunt to start with. Scout 608, which is captained by Singh, who has the Fleet Captain Independent Federation attached to him. Also, Rebellion as a talent for free, Dispersion Field, Improved Deflector Screens, Magnetometric Guided Charges, Aft Phaser, Tactical Station, and Sakona. Fully loaded down Scout 608. Below that, we have the Sakharov, which will dock very quickly with the Queen Vessel Prime at the start of the game, which is carrying Wayun, Romulan Pilot, and Quark with a set of cloaked mines underneath him. Over on the other side of the field, we've got Joseph's build. Joseph and his Species 8472 Bioships. Bioship number 1, captained by Jean-Luc Picard with Admiral Forrest for backup. And Bioship number 2 with Singh, also with the Fleet Captain Independent Federation, touting the Rebellion talent as well, and a set of cloaked mines. And below that, we have his Hideki fighters, which are going to be the 4-token Hidekis, not the 5-token. So let's see if I can just fix that real quick.
Well, while we do that, take a second to notice, first of all, Planet placement has already occurred. There's one planet almost exactly in the middle of the map. I don't remember who placed it, unfortunately.
I'm pretty sure that is where Peter places his planet all the time, because that was one of the tactics I was going to use against him if I ran up against him, because he likes the planet right in the middle so he can cordon off pretty much 1/4 of the board.
Yeah, I thought it was Peter, but I wasn't positive. I'll also take a minute to notice how nicely Joseph's things are organized. Look at those stacked templates.
Get the initial image up there for everyone to see. Stacked templates. That will not last for the rest of the game.
That is correct.
There we go. 4 tokens on the fighters, and carrying photo lock-on, making them 22 points. The cheapest fighters I think I've seen in this tournament. Because I don't know. Well, there were a couple of people running them stark naked, but...
Cheapest non-naked fighters.
Indeed. Alright, so, you guys ready to get this thing started?
Yep.
Alright, I'll give us a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2... Wait for it.
Okay, go ahead.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, that's loud.
Are you listening to it on your side or from my side?
No, it's
I don't
from
think
my
you
side.
need it
Don't
from
worry
my
about it.
side. So, we've already had the initial setup. Like Tucker said, there's already the planet in the middle of the field.
All right.
It looks like there's also already a set of cloaked mines dropped down. I think that was the mines that were originally on the Queen Vessel Prime. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's Peter's set right there. Like you said, he's already cordoning off that quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Just making it, and those mines, by the way, are going to be crucial much later in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on them.
That's a good.
Some snacks going on.
Yep, I didn't even notice that the first time around.
Yeah, pretty much. Peter starts his game off, and the first thing he says is Quark dies, and he flips over cloaked mines and he deploys them.
Yeah. Here we see the diamond goes in and does a spin. The shuttle's going to dock with it in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
And here it goes. Watch Peter take it out and stick it in the front of the diamond. This is my favorite part of the tournament when he does this.
It's I would want to go back to talk about those cloaked mines that he placed the first turn. Generally, he doesn't place them the first turn, but because of Joseph's ability to maneuver, a 4 straight into a 1 bank from the fleet captain and another 1 bank from Admiral Forrest can 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's about close enough to shoot turn 1.
Yeah,
even if the opponent is going sideways.
And he is going to move forward here. You see with the scout cube.
Mm-hmm.
The Hidekis come out on a hard 3 bank. I think that's just Joseph trying to gain some distance around the planet.
Yep, since the mines are already on one side of the planet, he's going for the other side.
Yeah, here come the turns for the Bioships.
Yep, they're all heading this way.
And then he'll use, it looks like he's using Khan to bank out. Yeah, there we go. He's getting a little more distance there with the fleet captain. He's been doing this all day, and it holds up really well for him in this match.
Mm-hmm. So, let's see. The Sakharov is docked with Queen Vessel Prime.
And he must, you know what, it must be Forrest that used the first movement, and then Khan's granting the second here. That's what's going on. Okay. And we're back into maneuvers. Joseph, as you see, is placing his cloaked mines now. He is trying to he's trying to create, I think, a defensive position for himself. If he needs to retreat back towards these cloaked mines, he has that ability. That's my inclination as to why he's placing them so early. But you'll see him trying to place them a little bit more offensively here.
He's also very familiar with Peter's line of play, I think. The way that Peter generally plays is he sets up the mines to both sides to generally just cordon off a little quarter of the board so that he can move out with Khan, shoot with him, and then retreat immediately. So this gives, I think this kind of telegraphs that Joseph's going to go around the right side, because as Peter retreats, he's going to retreat around the left side of the planet into these mines that Peter just set, or that Joseph just set.
Left relative to Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because where the initial placement of Peter's mines are, the way that Joseph placed his mines, he's going to have to force Peter into his mines, he's going to have to go around the planet where Peter already placed his mines. So around the north side, and then have Peter come around the south side. Because Peter wants distance. Peter wants to keep distance for the most part, especially with the scout. Not so much with Queen Vessel. She's there to take a couple hits, but
he also,
not too
I mean,
many.
if he gets the opportunity to make Peter's, see, there's the shuttle, by the way. Peter's whole strategy is get 2 shots in when they can only get 1 shot in. So he's gonna be looking for that opportunity this entire game. Hideki shoot forward. Ironically, the Hidekis do not end up being a major player in this game. Spoiler alert.
I was going to say, that's going to pretty much guarantee where Peter's going to drop his second set of mines, since the fighters are getting close enough and telegraphing that they're going towards that side. I think he's trying to lure Peter into placing dropping his last set of cloaked mines a little farther out from the planet. Because if he puts it too close to the planet, then the fighters will just get around it.
Damn it, Joseph, don't stand there.
I know, right?
No. Okay, there we go. Alright, so yeah, the bioships are coming around to attack position now. That ability to take maneuvers not on their dial is really showing its strength there. I mean, you know, that was... I mean, come on, a 1 turn right there? That was nuts.
Yeah, 1 turns, which have been canonically so far only on, like, shuttles and science vessels. Being on any regular ship is kind of crazy. Not
That's
something
correct.
you're really used to.
And it makes predicting the bioship's movement a lot harder. Like,
You can generally kind of predict where they're going to go, but the sheer distance you can get off of them is kind of ridiculous.
well, you can predict a general location for them, but it's much harder to predict exactly where they'll end up. Unless you send something out to bump them so they can't use their additional their movement or whatever.
That'd be nice, but Peter's fleet really isn't set up to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but he doesn't really need to. Let's check in here to see, I think, what's going to happen with what his options are for mines and what his options are for getting into range on the next... What did he just do?
He's changing everything. Last minute.
No, I
panic.
meant the part where the maneuver tile flew out of his hand.
He's trying to lull his opponent into a false sense of security.
No.
No.
Alright, Hideki's come around.
Yeah, with Hideki's this far out, he's pretty much hugging the side of the board as much as he can, which is going to...
He's still taking an evade token there just to be sure that Khan doesn't do something stinky.
And Peter just did his thing. He didn't do the entire maneuver, but oh no, he is doing the entire maneuver.
Yep.
He's going backwards 1 because he can, and then discarding the Romulan pilot to go forward 1, so that he essentially is not going anywhere at all. Disabling Wayuns so that he still keeps on to the Romulan pilot, and he still gets that scan token to.
But here's the thing:
to feed to his scout cube.
That wasn't a forward 1. That was a spin left 1. So he's pivoted essentially.
Gotcha, because Romulan pilot can do any green maneuver he wants.
And the diamond has both spins as greens.
Yep.
Both spin 1s, I should say. So right now, I think they're trying to figure out. I think he's trying to figure out what's going to happen with the planet in terms of blocking the dot. I'm not really sure what he's doing here. Oh, so no, there's the second cloaked mines. That must be what it is. No, he just did maneuvers. I'm wrong. What is he doing? Setting up for next turn, maybe?
These guys measure a lot for everything.
That's really true. It's just I can't figure out why he would be measuring at this point. Like Captain, maybe?
He can definitely... He's trying to predict... I'm guessing if Joseph and his bioships are doing a 3-bank followed by another 1-bank, if he's going to be in arc back there.
I see. Yeah, and so he moves the queen forward to make sure it's out of arc with the fleet captain.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Goes for the carrots again. They're good for the eyesight, I hear.
Is that peanut butter or caramel?
That's actually hummus.
Hummus? That'd make more sense than both of those.
He offered me some, and it was delicious. So here goes the 3 bank, just like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have watched this again before, like you guys did, so I know so I know better what's coming. I don't know. That was a joke for you guys at home. So, by the way, do we know whether that's the starter planet? I don't think that is, right? That's one of the OP planets?
That is definitely a Dominion War OP planet.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
so it's one of the
ones.
larger ones.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't really matter which one it is. I mean, it just matters that it's an OP planet. For those of you who don't remember, the OP planets are slightly larger. All right, so here comes a 1 bank. Or was that a straight or a bank? That was a straight, my bad. I think we got a bank here. Alright, so now this is the point where we're going to have to determine...
Did he take his actions with Picard?
Say again?
Did he take his actions with Picard? Or no,
I
which
don't
one
know.
is which?
He may not have... They may be trying to figure out whether the planet is blocking the shot before he takes his actions. Oh, with Picard.
With the bioship on the left. Which bioship's on the left? That's got to be Picard. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that over there so that we can so it's easier to keep track.
If he did, he didn't place a token. So yeah, he must have missed that.
And Khan is going ahead and target locking through the planet. Looks like. Looks like he's just in range.
Yeah, but it looks like they've decided that everybody's out of arc. I guess the scout cube will be out of range of Picard.
You said it yourself, though, that Joseph's strategy was to try to get 2 shots to his opponent's 1. So moving Picard into range right now would have only been 1-to-1. It wouldn't have been advantageous for him, even though I think he probably should have done it anyway.
That was Peter's strategy.
Oh, Peter's strategy?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Peter's the one who said that to me.
I think
Picard...
Picard...
Joseph may have just decided that Picard wasn't going to get action, or since Picard wasn't going to get a shot, his actions were irrelevant.
You know what? Yeah, and if the scout doesn't shoot it in with the mag charges, he's out of range 3, so he can't target lock. That makes sense.
Right.
Although I think a simple one hard turn would have gotten him right in range. The question is, would you want the Bioship to go one-on-one against the Scout Cube? I don't. Oh, you mean as opposed to the one forward that he did?
Well, in addition to the one forward that he did, also doing a one turn.
The one forward was his Maxwell maneuver.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so he did take an action with that ship.
He did. He just didn't take a Picard action.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's being real careful. I think he doesn't. He just doesn't want to leave the fighters behind, because putting them in front is going to be a good idea.
Well, they're going in front right now, sort of. They're not getting in range. Yeah, until the scout. We'll see what the scout does. I think the scout's going to run around the planet. I seem to remember it taking quite some time before the engagement actually started. All right, so we decide now. I think the Queen Vessel Prime just fits. Yeah, that was a big deal. I
was gonna say, it seems like he had quite a bit of space there because he could still fit the maneuver template next to it pretty easily. But
it was a question of was it just going to tap on that corner? It was a little closer looking when you're not looking at it from this angle, frankly.
Gotcha.
I was there off to the side. You can't see that black sleeve that ducked into the screen really quickly. Once actually was mine, so that'll give you some idea of where I am. But I'm also at various times, going around the convention, talking to people, because I realize at one point that it's going to be about 15 minutes before either of them get a shot off.
Joseph's staying on the far side of the planet. He's actually hugging his cloaked mines pretty closely, and I don't see the second set of cloaked mines. I thought he might have dropped them in front of the fighters, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
Peter might be measuring for cloak in the second set now. That might be what he's doing here. But the token is still on the side of the table. You can see it there.
I was gonna say it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the cloaked mines per se because Joseph hasn't had his Bioships move yet. This is how precise they measure. He was measuring to see if he needed to get out of range with the diamond again. Because with the probably with like a 2-turn and then another 1 bank from Picard, he would have been going getting right in the diamond's face for an extra shot, being outside of range of the diamond. But here you can see, you know, hard turn and another hard turn. Man, we just got a U-turn.
Yeah, he's using. Ooh, he's basically trying to turn his fleet around. That was close.
Is the 1 turn going to get him through the fighters? I think so.
I think so. Yeah. It's a good thing he didn't hit those fighters harder. That could have been bad.
He's trying to juke around the side of the planet.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just going to use the fighters to for the flank at this point, and then have his Bioships try to come up the other side. You watched the entire match. I was gone for a lot of it.
The fighters actually end up basically running away because Joseph realizes he can't concede those points.
Gotcha.
So they matter for a little bit, but eventually they just run off to the other side of the board.
Which seems unfortunate, because the fighters, conceding the points for the fighters isn't going to do any... isn't going to hurt him as much. Like, if he's going to lose, he's going to lose because he lost one of his Bioships.
No, if he loses the points for the fighters, and he loses one of his Bioships, he cannot do better than force a tie unless he cables Peter. Because the Bioships are each 49, the fighters are 22 for a total of 71, which is exactly how much the Queen vessel that the shuttle landed on it is worth. So this actually, the points in this game, the cost of each ship in the fleet becomes very, very important, and it actually affects greatly the game. Because the flip side of it is the scout is also worth 49 points. So if Peter loses the scout, he has to take out at least 2 of Joseph's ships.
I think the big thing, though, is that if Joseph loses one of his Bioships, I think he's pretty screwed anyway, regardless of if he lost the fighters or not.
Well, see, that I mean, if that's the first casualty, yes. But if he takes out, say, if he loses his fighters and then he takes the diamond, he still has to be careful, because if that scout can take out the Bioships, which is one of the Bioships, which is a real possibility, then that becomes a lot less certain for him. Oh no. And a moment of buffering.
There's actually... the Cloaked Mine should actually still be on the Queen vessel, right? His second set that was under par.
If you look carefully, right above where the Queen vessel is right now, you can see the Cloaked Mines on Peter's side of the table. See, right next to the maneuver dial up there?
Gotcha. Yep, that's his other set.
That's his other set of Cloaked Mines. So when those come off, that's when he's going to drop them. Scouts doing things. I mean, at this point, he's seen that Joseph has taken the big turn, and he's backing off again. Oh boy. I am seeing very slight buffers every so often, so I may become desynced with you. We'll see.
That's okay. Like every turn, basically, is he using Wei Yun and the Romulan pilot deal?
He's more. It looks like, yeah, but he's more using the fleet captain to keep things out of arc. Right now, the scout cube is in range of the fighters. That was just measured. But it's range 3.
Did you just move the scout cube?
No, I don't think he's moved it yet. He's either hasn't moved it or he's deciding how he wants to fleet captain. think.
He's fleet captaining. Did the fighters move already?
Yeah. If he's at this point in his turn, fighters, or maybe not.
They only scooted one forward?
Is that Khan? Yeah, no. So the fighters have moved already.
Yeah, the fighters did a 1 straight that turn.
Okay. Yeah, so Joseph playing it cautious, but unfortunately, yeah, see, he's still in range 3, but not range 2.
And the Bioships are definitely facing the wrong way to come around and assist with this.
Yeah, so
No matter
he's
what
going to
maneuver
target
they're
lock. Do we see a shot here? Is he reaching for dice? Oh no, we still got some movement.
We've got all of his movement yet left over.
That's right. I forgot.
I'm just going to leave it up as Wei Yun being disabled the entire time because I feel like that's pretty much what he does most of the game.
Yes and no.
Because whether he's 1 or 6 doesn't matter a lot. Uh-oh. Is that a bump?
I think so. I think a bump is coming here. No, maybe not. It looks like... Oh, yeah, that was the point where he just got it. I remember that. That was close. That was very close.
So he did not bump, and then he took the fleet action to turn left. See, he's just really trying to keep Peter guessing which way he's going to go with these bioships.
Yeah, but...
Here come the cloaked mines.
Maybe not. Unless I'm really behind you.
No.
Well, they're measuring for firing, and it's looking like it's definitely through a planet.
Yeah.
Between Khan and Khan.
Oh, I might be a few seconds ahead then.
That is Khan to the fighters. Did that take out a...
he shoots.
Did that first shot take out a fighter?
He converts, and that'll take out a fighter because even with the evade token that Joseph just spent, that's 1 damage goes through.
Well,
so that'll take out a fighter.
Well, I guess there's no reason not to spend the evade token, since nothing else was shooting at him that time.
Well, you have to pick it up at the end of the turn anyway. And here, I think, David, you were ahead of us. So here comes the second set of cloaked fighters, I think.
Yeah, I'm at exactly 21 minutes.
There we go. I am at, I just hit 23, or 20:53. Alright, I'm going to move myself ahead 5 seconds and see if that helps.
Yeah, there's the second set of cloaked mines coming down. Definitely going to try to hinder the fighters. The fighters being down to 3 tokens, and if they hit that mine going down to 2, it's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, that's correct.
So I'm assuming that Joseph's just going to like hard turn these things out of here.
And yeah,
that's what I'm guessing.
I believe this is the point where Joseph just takes the fighters out of the game, but I might be wrong. Alright, so they finally settled on them. Now they're going to maneuvers. The problem with Joseph's strategy, I think, is that Peter's Borg are going to be much better at playing the you can't guess which way I'm going game than his Bioships are.
Yeah, I feel like if if Joseph just went straight in for the attack, regardless of which direction it was, because really regardless of which direction he's going now, he's got mines to deal with. But Khan's ship, I don't think, can deal with really large attacks successively.
No, I don't think so either, but remember, Khan's ship is the one that's going to have the easiest time just running away. And I don't think Joseph wants to fly both bioships through to face the diamond.
And that seems strange to me also, because I think the 2 bioships against the diamond would do really well. Because he's just running Wei Yun with Brunt or Romulan pilot. He's not running them with Varel or any kind of attack negation on it.
I mean, and that isn't, I figured it out. If you're really careful about your points, you can still do a double attack cancellation fleet. It's rough, but you can do it.
Yeah, Varel and conditional surrender together work pretty well.
Yeah. Well, no, you put SotF and conditional surrender and like a 1-point guy on.
Man, it's real hard to judge distances here.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Because the cloaked mines had to have been on the Queen Vessel Prime. And that looks really long for range 2 from Queen Vessel
No,
Prime.
I think they had one on. He had one on the Scout Cube and one on Queen Vessel.
Did he?
So I think so. You're the one with the build list.
The build list had it on Queen Vessel Prime and on Brunt, or on the shuttle. So if the shuttle went to Queen Vessel Prime, it should have been on the other one. Should have been on Queen Vessel Prime as well.
That is very strange. Then, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I just noticed I had the Scout as 8 hull. That's not right.
I wish it were that way. Oh, you know, the Borg are amazing, but they're not that amazing.
Not quite that amazing. No, because this was the build list I got off of your post on our Facebook page, facebook.com/State of the Federation.
Nice plug. You can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/State of the Fed.
Which actually sounds like it might have something to do with the economics of the United States. But
Yeah, I was just thinking that I really hope we don't get any followers who are just really confused investment managers.
Although I doubt that they'd stick around too long.
I'm actually really interested by the direction these fighters took, because now they're kind of pushing in the way of the bioships to get around the left side.
So, no, I don't think they're trying to go around the left side. I think they're trying to run the hell away.
Well, no, but the fighters are in the way of the bioships now. So after when the bioships move,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
there's definitely the worry of bumping there with well, I'm not going to say that Joseph's going to do bad maneuvers, but it's a thing that limits his ability to come around, to choose which way he wants to go.
I'll be generous and say it was a very, very, very long day for everyone involved.
Yeah, this is what the World Finals actually didn't start till about 10 p.m.
Oh no, not that late. It was about 9 o'clock, but it lasted until. No, you're right. Yeah, the finals didn't start until about 11 o'clock because we were out of there very close to midnight.
I thought we were out of there close to 11, but
no,
because 11 was when they were
midnight,
something where they were closing down the hall. So
yeah, and
we
they
left
closed
just
down the
before
hall
that.
At midnight, dude. We were
Gotcha.
almost into tomorrow with this.
And this whole tournament started at 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, so I gotta tell you a thing while they're doing maneuvers here. So the head judge was Ben Chung, who was famous for being very sort of stone-faced. The only time I got him to laugh, the entire thing, was everybody had made a really big deal about there only being 2 rounds of Swiss. And I even brought it up during the players' meeting of the day. I'm like, can I raise a point about that? And he's like, no, lots of points have already been raised. So I'm like, all right, clearly this is not changing.
Oh, this is a really close call here. Hold on, Tucker.
Yeah.
Is he in range 3 of those fighters or no? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what just happened. I think he tried to push across that range template and it bumped. That's why both players had their fingers down on the basis. Was he was pushing that to the side, and you can see it go swish.
Yep.
So I think there's going to be an attack here. The bioships do turns. Look at that.
Oop.
I think they're gonna turn around again. It looks like. Anyway, so
All right, you're saying?
so finally, it's like halfway through the finals. Nobody's done anything. It's 11:30 at night, and I look at Ben and I say to him, "You may have been right about the Swiss thing." And he just cracks up. Because I mean, at that point, everybody was so tired. Everybody from WizKids was gone. I mean, it was a ghost town.
Looks like there's an attack roll coming up.
Right, here we go. Well, here we go. Are we shooting or yeah?
I see one hit, but
one hit, but one of the dice is off screen. Okay, he just threw his hands up, so I'm guessing it was one hit with that evade token. Nothing happened.
I don't see Joseph flipping over any tokens, so
Yeah, that looks right.
I do see a target lock on there that hasn't been used, but I guess that would be maybe the Queen Vessel, or maybe he just forgot. Looks like he just forgot.
No, Queen Vessel. No, maybe you're right. Shut up.
We've also got a couple of target locks down here in the nether between the bioships, so not sure who those are on right now.
I think they're on.
Probably Picard, isn't it?
That would be my guess, but
Or no, Khan actually got a target lock on the diamond too at some point. Didn't
you're right, he did. Yeah, so that Khan must be target locked on the diamond. The scout must be target locked on Khan, and the diamond must be target locked on the fighters. That makes sense.
Yeah, I wish they would have let us put the camera a little bit closer so we could have gotten a slightly better angle. But
see what's on the tokens.
Or overhead view.
Yeah. But this is what they authorized us for, so I'm thankful we got authorized for anything at all.
Yeah, it's true. I still say they should have let us put the tripod on the table next to them, though. It's not like the hummus is playing a critical role in the game.
And that cannot be an authorized WizKid component.
The non-WizKids component, DQ! Oh no, wait, we can't DQ, never mind!
Alright, we're coming up on 30 minutes here, and I'm just going to pause it for us for just a second so that we can resync up. Sound good, guys?
Exactly at the 30-minute mark?
At exactly the 30-minute mark.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm there.
I am not there yet. I don't know why. Hold on. Oh.
And it's great because it's right between a couple of the rounds. Joseph just put down his dials.
Okay. Do we? Why don't I actually got to take a break to go take care of a thing for just a minute here. But this might be a good point to talk about what we've seen thus far.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
so I'm going to mute myself and I will listen in.
Sounds good. I mean, what I'm really seeing here is a lot of what we saw throughout the day from the top level competitors at Worlds was the dance, basically. I mean, this game has gone 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds or 5 rounds. I'm gonna say 5, because the fighters did their hard turn, their forward, another hard turn, a bank, a forward, and a turn. Now this is like round 6, man. These guys are booking it, actually.
They are booking it. It's amazing what no firing will do to speed up a round.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm used to most games lasting about 8 to 10 rounds if it goes to time. Being at 6 rounds at the halfway mark is, I guess technically it's a little past the halfway mark for them because I think the recording got started like a minute after time was started.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like Joseph is kind of hurting himself here. Like, I think just going in and killing the guy, killing Peter might have been the best option. I mean, it was something that I had considered even with the 2-sphere build I had against Joseph's build, but I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like if you have the maneuverability options that Joseph has, that you have to go in and dance. But Peter is a better dancer. So
Peter can cut a rug.
The only way to beat a better dancer is to do something to knock him off his guard. And I think Joseph played it just a little too passively.
I'm back, and I agree.
Yeah.
Joseph is
in an especially good position since his additional movement always happens after the Borg additional movement.
Right.
Yes, but the problem is the Borg are just too maneuverable, and his bioships can't make up for that.
Yeah, because there would be a problem when getting into range, he got a little too close, and then the Borg ships just got behind him. Because even with all the extra maneuvering, I mean, species can, red K-turn, but do you really want to do that?
I mean, he can take that hard 2 and then that hard 1, but
that's only for one of his ships. The other one would have to suffer.
Bro. Oh, I see what you're saying. Only one of them could do it. One of them could do most of the way with a hard turn and then a soft turn, but that would suck with arcs, which is also something Peter doesn't have to worry about.
That's a good point. All right, ready to get it synced up and started again?
Uh-huh.
All right, we'll do it again. 3, 2, 1, go.